Greetings, 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 Hotep, Hotep, Hotep. I've been having problems with my videos. Somebody has the technology to just completely take the video away. I'm recording it, and then when I go to upload it, it's not present. The other thing that's happening, somebody is cutting and splicing and editing my videos, taking out things that I say. So I've decided to post some of the tarot card readers that I listen to, and I am going to do some research to figure out how to fix my other problem with my account. Obviously, somebody has access to my phone, and they have far more training knowledge than I do. I hear this car every day. I hear this car. It makes me think that Galvin Imisube, or the person that used to pick up Galvin Imisube when he stayed with my family briefly when we were at my old doctor's offices, my old dentist's office at 3304 East Hillsborough Avenue. I'm still looking for my car that was given to me by Lawrence Alexander Cambridge. It was a 2011 Dodge Caliber. I put in a complaint to help find it. But again, whoever has my phone cloned and has access to my phone, they handled that order of business. So they might have my car. So as the feds, ATF, DEA, Homeland Security, ICE, capture these people and give them federal time, or they end up in an insane asylum or dead, I will be regaining more of my energy, more of my life. They've been sucking from my children. Clarence Joseph Washington Jr., are you sucking from your daughter, her energy, to try to live longer? Sensei. Be her sensei, okay? If it's you, you cut cords. Reverse any hexes that you've done on her. I'm trying to teach her what little I know about cutting cords, returning to sender hexes and curses, and spiritual baths. She doesn't much believe in all of this, so on the strength of me being here, since I pushed her out in the bathroom at 6010 North 32nd Street, picking her up, looking at her, saying, "Hi, daughter," and welcoming her into the world, putting her to my breast, sitting on the side of the tub and waiting for her placenta to be born. And she's my first Lotus birth baby. She just goes along with what her mom requests. So she's still alive and she's doing okay. I want you all to leave her alone. And whatever you got going on with Tansy Lisnett Hammond, that's between y'all. You left me the day I gave birth to this child. It was a Sunday. I left the paper corner early. Remember, I used to sell papers in front of Charlie's Market, where Sly meets Rowlett Park Drive. We're talking about February 25th of 2007. So at that time, Letitia Karima Penn and I were friendly. She came to visit me at the corner, and I felt like my water broke. So I said, "Hey, can you take me to use the bathroom up here at 7-Eleven on Sly and 22nd Street?" She took me. I confirmed my mucus plug was no longer present. And I thought I was going back to the corner to finish selling my papers so that I could give Grandma Irene Scarborough the money to take care of my twins that were in DCF custody, right? Because of lies. And as they were kidnapping my twins, Amun and Aset, in the 13th Judicial Circuit Court, here I am pregnant with another baby. And I promised them that I would never give them the opportunity to take another child from me by going to the hospital and allowing those allopaticians, blood theft, and baby kidnappers to take any more children from me. So I went home and gave birth in the bathroom. I prayed. I told the ancestors I am not letting them steal my baby. And thanks to the information you gave me, Sensei, you gave me the courage to equip myself with lay midwife information. You gave me the courage to, as you say, stop believing white people. Don't let them tell you anything. And I did the birthing with the assistance of the book from Ina Gaskin and the Awashita Moore birth certificate for our daughter Angola Wasette Washington Atkins. So I thank you for that. Now, why you left and never returned, I don't know. And we're having such a great time. She and I and her younger sister, we're together after we were evicted by A Plus Properties June 2nd, 2022. My twins, which had returned to me, were separated from me again. My brother and sister, they use them as a yo-yo to try to control me or think that they can emotionally hurt me. And it's like, I told my children the truth. They can go to the 13th Judicial Circuit Court and get their file from family court, and they can read 3,000 pages, the truth that their mother, activist Aileen Dorothea Atkins, stood for what was right. And I was punished by the city of Tampa through the way the police treated me, through the way the Department of Children and Families treated me, through the way I was treated in the 13th Judicial Circuit Court under Chief Judge Menendez and under Pat Frank, clerk of the circuit court. All bogus, all corrupt lies from Dr. Lisa Gay's, lies from Dr. Alberts, a very obese psychiatrist over on Davis Island that refused to see me after I pulled out the tape recorder. Before he saw the tape recorder, he was cool to let me come in there because he knew he was going to botch his final report. He was just going to tell lies. He wasn't going to say, this is a brilliant activist and you need to give her children back, and it's her right as an American to have her own individual thoughts. Her thoughts do not harm her. Her thoughts do not harm others. There is no suicide or homicide in this woman, so give her her children. He wasn't going to do that. So after he saw that tape recorder, he was like, nah, I can't see you. Of course you can't. Because it was all a setup. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I do want to say Morton Plant Meese Hospital stole my baby's blood and both placentas. I gave birth to a boy and a girl. That's considered a fraternal twin pregnancy, and each child had their own placenta. As an Rh negative woman, my blood is very, very valuable, and my baby's blood, stem cells, interferon, all the stuff that's in those placentas are very, very valuable. So they made millions of dollars off of my babies and my placentas, and they stole them from my hospital room, put me in a chair. They cut me with a C-section by force, and so-called Baker acted me because I said I was talking to my children in my womb. They turned that into she was hearing voices, and got a corrupt quack doctor called Dr. Gustavo Quadra to Baker act me. I don't even know if that's true or not, but they told me I was Baker acted. They rolled me down to the psych ward, that's kidnapping, and they went through my hospital room and stole my two placentas. Okay? Now, This is called blood theft. This is material theft. That was our property, not theirs. I'm starting to feel weak. It still really hurts me to think about what happened to me. To cover themselves, they called DCF and said, she's crazy, she's hearing voices. And they got my children taken into DCF custody from that hospital at 3 days old. There was a big, fat, tall nurse, Rose. She lied to me and said, we're going to take the babies and go weigh them. I said, they've been weighing them in the room. Weigh them here in the room. I don't want my babies in the nursery. I'm a breastfeeding mother. I want my children to be in here with me. She grabbed that thick wooden, all wood, not pressed wood, bassinet over my foot and yanked my children from me and said, we're taking them. Okay? They had a sitter in my room that was there to agitate me so that they could document that, they had to get some crazy evidence because there was none. So I would say, this is a black lady, a skinny, shriveled up looking lady, probably had on a wig, but in her face she looked like she was dead, dried up. But she was probably doing this kind of evil stuff to a lot of mothers. And helping the hospital to steal their babies. There weren't many black people coming through that hospital, I'm pretty sure, because we drove from Tampa, Florida, all the way over to Clearwater Beach to go there because I got dropped by my midwife, Carla, Karla. They had a midwife hospital project going there, and she was my midwife, and they dropped me at the last minute, and I was scrambling to get another doctor. And I never got another doctor because, they had already boycotted me and called all the hospitals and said, do not accept Aileen Atkins, do not accept Aileen Atkins, do not accept Aileen Atkins. So I plan to leave the state of Florida to go give birth elsewhere. And I went into labor beforehand, so maybe that was God's way of saying, you're going to stay, you're going to stand, you're going to fight. And it cost me, I want to say the lives of my children, but they're still alive. But they didn't get raised the way they would have gotten raised if they would have been with their mother, who prayed for them, who substitute taught for years, who was working to open her own school, who was an activist who could help them maneuver through the school system, who would have been able to open her own school if not for the tragedies that kept occurring at the hands of others because they disagreed with my activism. They disagreed with me voicing my opinion. Now, this was supposed to be a 2-minute video. This has turned into a 13-minute monologue. My life has been full of great tragedies, and even now, my children, I don't know where my oldest daughter, Aset, is. I think I know where my son, Amun, is. But my family is all separated and split up. My children have mixed emotions about whether I love them, whether I care for them, because of the lies and the brainwashing that has taken place. It has diminished my stature in the eyes of my children, even the children that I raised. And that count is 3. Now, on paper, my daughter, Abydos, whose father is Abraham Vada Jones, she might not be with me on paper, but in real life, she's with me. Angola is with me. Clarence Joseph Washington Jr., her father, he might be saying that he has her. He might have been getting a check for her for the last 17 years. So a lot of people do a lot of fraud. I'm just catching up to how evil and tricky people can be. So that's one thing that happened good out of being evicted and tossed out into the world to make your own way. You meet a lot of slimy people, and if you want to stay alive, you catch up to the game quick. So I'm learning a lot about the fraud that people do against you. You living in the house with these people, and they getting checks, they taking checks, they writing shit in your name, collecting unemployment, collecting workers comp in your name, taking your driver's license, stealing your car keys so you can't move around and work, so that they can say you're lazy and crazy, so that they can take money that's intended for you. But they want to take that money and live a great life and then leave you on the ground. You don't even know about the money. I'm talking about these people that go to church and consider themselves to be Christians, y'all. So I'm saying to you, red alert, red alert, red alert. Pay attention to the people you live with.